What's going on, YouTube family? This is Astinosis here, coming at you with another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. We are here today to recap the stream that we just saw today. I am joined by a bunch of friends today. First off, we have Kite joining me once again.
Hi! It's been a while. Just kidding. I hope you're all doing well.
Next up, we have Belmont once again.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, thank you. The next up, for the first time in one of our recaps, is Cross.
What's up, guys? Cross here.
And then, as everybody knows probably, my good buddy, Brother Ham Slam.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's been doing good.
Alright, so we have a lot to unpack here. There was a lot. I think this was by far the most slides that we've ever had in a stream. I was pretty surprised that they started off with 4 slides before we even got to a single co-op. I mean, what did you guys think about that?
Well, that was... Yeah, that was the way you knew this was going to be a loaded stream. We didn't start off with not 1, but 4 different slides.
Yeah. I was actually legit surprised by the character board additions. Like, that was legit. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and start with slide 1. So we have the character boards for Lena, Cypher, Freya, Ida, Prompto, Cyan, Fujin, Preesh, and Alphino. That's what's up.
Whoa.
And you know, we can also finally lay that fucking meme to rest, where it's the Falcon and Captain America is about to run by him with over the chests. Like, oh my god, finally. I'm so tired of people asking.
Yeah, it's because of the whole like COVID stuff that was going on that they delayed the voice lines, but now that we actually have them, we can actually complete the boards, which is really good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I mean, okay, so for me, I think that my priority board of these characters here is probably going to be Lena, followed by Fujin. What about you, Kite?
I'm gonna focus on the characters I have EX weapons with. That's Cypher, Lena, Fujin, and surprisingly, Alphinaud, which I got his EX yesterday out of boredom.
Yeah, he'll definitely be up for me. What about you, Belmont?
This is going to be quite a bit of an interesting one. With the new Dimensions End coming out and all that nice little physical resistance, I believe I might go with Freya and Prompto.
Okay. What about you, Cross? What are your thoughts on these characters?
Well, usually, you know, damage force is the same usual shtick. It's just a bunch of potency increases and stuff like that, or they get some new buffs. But for me personally, I'll be going after Lena, Alphinaud, and Prompto, as those are the characters I have built. I may wait a little for Lena because she does get featured later on with other characters, so I could board her there.
Right.
And then Prompto and Alphinaud I could just board right now, but I'm saving those points for a future 2 characters.
That's fair. I mean, that's not a bad idea with Lena for sure. That being said, I really wish we would have gotten Mog Pass already, so that way we could get double the character board points. And I'm not going to leave you out on this one, Brother Hamslam, because I know exactly who you're going to say, but I'm going to let you say it. Be mindful of the volume, please.
I mean, yeah, you already know who I'm going to say. Alphino. I mean, he's my absolute must-go for first. Everybody else I'll get to you eventually. But Alphino, number 1, hands down.
Yeah.
Such a cute carbuncle that he has.
Yeah, and he does a lot of damage too. So let's move on to the... Oh, wrong button. Come on. Let's do this. There we go. Alright, so we have Act 2, Chapter 9, Light of the Living. I don't understand the context behind this photo.
I do.
Oh, can you give us a little bit of a rundown?
So, for those who don't know the Type 0 lore, basically what this chapter is about is how this chapter will be mainly about the Type 0 cast and how Ace regains his memories, and it's also going to be featuring Machina, who we've yet to get back. However, this story plays a big part in the sense of the end game of Type 0. This is like Ace's time to remember like what happened, and this is Machina's chapter 2.
I see. So basically, all the things that Machina's been worried about in his scenes, we're gonna the characters are gonna realize.
Yes.
Oh man, that that's gonna be a wild ride, because I do know what happens because I've spoiled it. I'm not gonna spoil it for everybody else. but it was spoiled for me, and I ended up doing the research. But I didn't realize that that was the point of this, so that's legit. I'm down with that. That being said, we'll go ahead and move on to what I'm most excited about for this current, all because we didn't see Cater. That pissed me off. But good old Call of Booty.
I'm quite surprised because this is like the second or third time they featured an antagonist to be permanently recruitable, unlike the ones that were released as lost chapters or character events. For some reason, I don't think Cloud of Darkness is going to even follow you like Cypher and the gang and Jet does. I still wonder why these antagonists are the featured characters for Chapter 9, despite that Ace is actually one of the additional characters for the chapter.
Well,
oh, go ahead.
Well, the reason COD is featured in this event is, and I don't remember what Kefka does in this chapter, but the reason why she's featured in this event is because she does play a role in an Ace's memory gain, and she also plays a role in the chapter as well. It's kind of like how should I say this? Not like how Leo does, because Leo's not really an antagonist, but COD does play a very prominent role in how the story flows.
Interesting.
I'm
And
mostly
didn't-
excited because she
didn't-
kicks ass.
that's
didn't-
another thing too.
And didn't Kefka got kicked out of the void from chapter 5.8?
That's correct. I could be wrong. Let me check.
Well, at least he's also featured for some reason. We're gonna find out about it. But but I think the main prize here would be Cloud of Darkness, because aside from being a featured character, she gets her EX weapon available as well.
Yeah, she's an instant purple for me. I just hope, after the disaster that this previous month has been for me, that I can get her to come home early. Like, I want them weapons ASAP. I hope she doesn't cost me an arm and a leg, because this entire month has been really depressing for my stash.
Oh man.
That's really sad to hear.
Yeah.
Um,
And wait, isn't this Kefka's alternate attire based
It is.
on?
And it's early in Japan.
it's based on his amino art.
Yeah, and in Japan, this costume came, I believe, when his burst came out.
Correct.
Wow, another global first. Bravo.
Mhm.
Well, it's more of a global early. That's
Yeah.
what I consider it.
Definitely a global early.
Ah.
All right, so that being said, I mean, there's definitely plenty to talk about, but we'll go ahead and move on towards the next slide, which was going to be the Abyss Nor Malice. You know, I'm still kind of weirded out by this content, but Ham, I know you mentioned you had something to say about this. I know you seemed really excited when we were watching the stream together.
Well, it's ironic that they finally mentioned this, because I believe it was you I was talking to, and some other people in other servers. I was like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what? I was not the biggest fan of the Abyss beta, but I personally really loved the Abyss normal. We were going on 2+ months without having any Abyss stages. Lo and behold, new Abyss stages. I'm just ready for some more content, and I happen to enjoy the Abyss, so I was ready to continue. So yeah, I was thrilled when they finally announced it on stream. I mean, let's go. More content, always good.
I'm a little curious on, because we had the one that was Final Fantasy VII based. I'm curious what this one's going to be about.
Well, it says new code require. That makes me wonder. When I see that, it makes me think you have to have a certain something, whether it's a type or a crystal color, which we've already got that. Well, we'll see. We'll all learn together.
I have a theory on that. Is that so you know the characters that are getting the character boards with this event, right? With this chapter, right?
Right.
So you got the two raid synergy characters, the two raid synergy characters, the two mission dungeon characters, and you got the other synergy characters, right? I'm thinking that those characters will be like one of those mission requirements that you need, like insert this type of character or use this character in this
That could be an
mission.
interesting twist.
Maybe.
My other theory here is the game series bring characters based on the game series.
Possibly.
What they did with the very first one, in fact, so
Yeah, that
that's
was-
always possible.
That was Final Fantasy VII. See, what frustrates me about this is I was actually kind of hoping that they wouldn't stack so much on the exact same day, because I was considering streaming the story chapter when it does release, and now it's like, well,
Oh
I stream
wow,
that,
they are
or-
on the same day.
like, do I stream that or do I stream Abyss? Like, because I'm not going to be able to get through all of it in one night. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and move on towards... Now, on this slide, what I'm most excited about is Aphmau. Aphmau's kit, like, while it confused me a little bit at first, like, once I figured her out on her original release, with the auras, with the debuff prevention and everything, like, that girl's legit. Like, she has potential. Like, she can still be used in a chaos. Like, I believe you can take her to, what is it, tier 7, tier 6, and she will function even without her upcoming rework. So I absolutely need to fix her arts when she's featured in El Nacho's event. Speaking of El Nacho, I know Cross and Ham had some things to say about this entire slide in general. So I'll open the floor. Let's start with Cross.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Austin already went in some information with Aphmau, but I want to talk about mainly Eldnarsh and Garnet. So for those who don't know, Garnet comes back and she gets a costume, she gets a rework, and she also gets a little bit of an animation change, and it's a really nice animation change. But the main thing I want to focus on here is to talk about is the rework Garnet gets. She becomes much more efficient. For any of you Garnet fans who really like her, I know there are some people out there that used her for some chaoses, and she kind of pulls her weight somewhat, but it really depends on the party you're using. However, I promise you, Garnet becomes way better. She gets things that make her pretty strong, and like a lot of reason why people are looking forward to plussing her. Narsh is also super strong contender for a plus. As for me personally, I'll be plussing Garnet because she's a favorite, and not only that, what she offers to the table, I really do provide. I do like it. Imperil Enchant, in my opinion, is one of the strongest things in this game.
Yep.
So I'll be going for her. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna pass over to Ham. Go ahead, Ham.
Thank you, Cross. Yeah, he spoke on Garnet, so awesome. I'll speak on Eldnarsh, who is going to be my contender for the instant 3-3 for this banner, no matter what. He's another one of those characters that I didn't know a thing about until... I apologize, I don't remember the chapter number exactly, but it was the one where we had Lice, Y'shtola, and I forgot the other one, Alisai. And he was the final boss of that. And when I saw that eye patch come off, I freaked out. I was like, oh, this guy looks cool. I gotta figure out what he's all about. So I did. And he's got some extremely good longevity from videos I've seen, from what I've read up on it, courtesy of RIM's Dissidia database. I'm looking forward to him. He's got some serious shutdown power if used correctly. And he just looks cool, and that's enough for me to want someone. I mean, he just looked awesome. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm already ready to pity him if I have to. Pray it don't come to that. But I also want Garnet just as badly. So this banner is what I would consider an ultimate banner in my eyes, because everybody on it is fair game to me.
That's fair. I mean, I do want El Nacho, but I already have Garnet from her LC, because I actually got her EX weapon going for Zell 35 of all things, because Zell's probably my favorite from Final Fantasy VIII. And realistically, me pulling on this banner to try and get El Nacho is largely going to depend on how terribly my pulls go for Call of Booty and also Aphmau's EX. Because those two I absolutely need to get. If I luck sack, we'll see. I mean, granted, I do believe what's upcoming in the slides will hopefully give me enough to possibly throw some more at him. But from what I've been told by a lot of the JP players that I speak with, he is a safe skip for now until his LC comes, because of the roster that I have, being that I currently have every weapon in the game. But yeah, if looking at what we're getting and that we'll be talking about, Garnet is likely going to be a 3/3 for me as well. That being said, considering all the things that we're getting this month, this is jam-packed. We got the summer fiesta going on.
What? Actually, there was one thing I did want to say before we move on to the next slide, if you mind.
Sure.
One character I will tell you, do not sleep on this character, Lion. Lion comes back, and she is very underrated. Lion is the sleeper of this month, and I will say that. I'm being super honest because a lot of people, when Lion comes out, people will not plus her and say that she's kind of the same. That is not the case. I promise you. If you have the resources to get a physical damage dealer, Lion will not disappoint you. She is amazing.
You know, I appreciate you bringing that up, Cross. My thought on Lion, if I have the spares after I get whatever I want, because I did get her. I got her on like ticket 12 or something when she first released. My only issue with her is that I have not gotten a single double cursed artifact for her to save my life, and that was not for lack of trying. When she first released with Aphmau, I tried then, and then when she was on that more recent, what was it, Pandemonium, was it? Mm-hmm. I tried then too, and I got jack shit. Like, the curse is real.
Let me check what you need for her. I know you need a BI. I know you need a curse art, but I'm not sure which one it is.
Probably the one that gives you more ability uses.
So you could opt for attack 108 and then buff boost, or you could opt for both. It really depends on you, how you feel about it.
We'll see. I mean, I love having them triple doubles. Like I have the triple doubles for Cater, for Sarah, for Vivi. Mm-hmm. Aerith, I know she doesn't need them. Hers is different.
Yuna's a necessity. It's really disgusting how Yuna's is a necessity for that.
Yeah, I don't remember what my Yuna arts look like, but Tuna, but she's not 3/3 for me currently. All right, we'll go on and move forward to the summer fiesta. You know, I'm down for more stuff. Like I'm a little disappointed with the Carbuncle's treasures. Like I wanted more for the artifact tokens. That would have been nice. 8 free multi draws, like. Hey, who can complain about that? I'm definitely down for more Chocobo missions. Like I feel like we've been getting kind of shafted on these. So co-ops like the daily token foray, don't be like certain people and buy the potions before you buy the nuggets. That's a really dumb thing to do. The nuggets should be priority followed by the tickets. If you're not doing that, start doing it. What do you think, Kite?
Yep, exactly it. But I'm quite interested about this cool-looking cactuar for the daily token foray. It has a hat. It has shades.
It needs to be a summon. Even if it's just a joke summon, like the Moogle.
That's interesting. I mean, of all monsters, I hated cactuars the most, but hey, this looks awesome. It does look awesome. And yeah, I can feel the same way about Carbuncle's treasures not having the 2x artifact dungeon. I'm really, really, really not pleased with my artifact hunt this current month. So I got a lot of people to work on. As for the free multi draws, hey, that's a freebie. Better than nothing.
I mean, being that they did announce that Eldnarsh would get a free pool, I am hoping and praying that that's a luck sack for me, because that would be awesome.
Same, because these are my targets for July. Eldnarsh, Garnet, and the next one that you're going to talk about later on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm completely locked. I'm not going to use my gems for the rest of the month outside potential book sales because I'm also out of books. Mostly the 3x tomes.
Yeah, well, they did announce it. They did announce, I mean, following slide, the so-called whale section of the stream. I thought it was really interesting that they're going to do the weapon enhancement chests twice this time.
double your enhancements, double the fun.
Yeah, and I absolutely
for the
need those triple
whales.
effect items because I think I'm good on the experience, but I am getting really low on the item ones. Like I think I have like 12 left. Arciella and Kite were not kind to that stash.
I can imagine.
However, my Kite is in a good spot. I do have 2 of the 108 CS52 stars and then 1 of a 330 CS52 star. I don't know if I'll keep going, maybe. I did set him up as my support so that anybody that has me followed in game, hopefully my Kite will serve you well.
Speaking of artifacts, 1,000 plus artifact fusions later, I still don't have anything good on Kais. It's still the 5 starting garbage.
Oy. I feel you, man.
Unfortunate.
That's the worst thing ever. I still haven't even deleted those first 5 rolls. They're all bleh. I don't even have any artifacts equipped on Kais. Just the boards, just the innates, just the weapon passives.
Yeah, and then with the summer event, like we have, looks like 3 different co-ops with it. So that means 3 separate stores, so more tickets, more gems, more everything. I'm very curious if that's going to be, if those will drop by dojas.
Oh damn it! The Phoenix is gonna come back again? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So something I want to touch upon about this summer campaign, right, is that we did. I know a lot of people said, okay, so a lot of people did say that we did not see Cater during the stream.
Mm-hmm.
I am willing to bet that this event, this event is dedicated to Cater.
Seems like
It's strange that they didn't announce her though.
It is strange they didn't announce her, but they do have a habit of sometimes not announcing like a character. Because I don't think you guys remember, but remember last month when we got the beach bashes and we were getting 2 early reworks and they didn't announce who they were until the day that the event happened.
That is true.
That's what I think that's what they're going with this. They're trying to like surprise us with that. I mean, they surprised us today with.
I was about to say,
yeah,
speaking of surprises.
I mean,
yeah. What is it again?
well, I mean, this really does nothing for me, but it makes me happy for the community. The fact that I really get irritated when I see all the hate towards Aranea. Like, she absolutely does not deserve that. And people are going to want her right now, especially as we get towards Lufenia difficulty, which is coming very soon. I'm sure that's going to get announced in the next stream. I know
we got 3 months away.
Yeah, I mean, Ham, I know you had something that you wanted to say about this.
Well, it's well known amongst my group of friends, the ones that really know me, that I am not the one who cares much for the meta. Like, if I don't have to use them, I'm not necessarily going to use them. I'm not going to pursue them, especially if I don't have the resources. You're looking at the exception right here. Like, this girl has saved me through countless troubles. When I could not do it with any other combination, she would walk in by herself and wreck it. So, I speak out mainly to the people who don't have her. Get her. Everybody keeps talking about Keith. Now, sure, he's the big one, but now that we've got this back into the conversation, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have Aranea, get her. Like, she is... I call her the broken queen for a reason. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was super glad that I managed to convince you to throw some resources to try and get her, because as you mentioned, she helped you get through some of the earlier not entropies, but some of the other chaoses that you were having trouble with, and then you eventually used her in entropy. But she would have been a strong option for you, even to just get that first entropy 1 clear that a lot of people, especially newer players, will tend to struggle with. So this absolutely helps new players that are incoming that missed out on her, and the fact that she is also getting a free pool, and looks like she will be on incursion number 3. So I'm very curious who else will be on that banner.
If I may, Asti.
Yeah.
I would like to say, and I have a feeling everybody here is going to agree with me, she is 500,000% worth the pity, even now. She is just amazing. If you do not, you know what? Asti happens to have a video showcasing Aranea's whole kit. Mm-hmm. Perhaps if he has a time, maybe he can put a link in the description below. But like, check this girl out if you don't have her. She's worth everything.
Oh, you're talking about the breakdown that I did when she was first announced.
Yes.
Yeah, I can try and find that link. I mean, it's in there somewhere, so that's easy enough. Belmont, you've been awful quiet, so I'm gonna go ahead and put you on the spot. What are you thinking so far, based off of what we have on screen currently with Arnea returning, and then just in general?
Well, I'm a little disappointed that some of the characters I desired, like Tank Cater, isn't showing up this month, but I see a lot of opportunities for people who are just starting the game. There's a lot of sales going on. There's a lot of free multi-draws going on. A lot of events. It just seems like it's an accumulation of 1 month of everybody just getting ready to stock up for the burst era.
No, I mean, we're about to hit that end of next month, so RNA is definitely going to be a welcome addition to that. That being said, I know there was some people that didn't think we were going to get it, and then of course we have been shown that we will absolutely get the Dimensions End campaign. I'm already at tier 12, so I'm gonna log in that day with all these nuggets and books and ready to rock and roll. This has me excited because with all the things that we got coming that we want to build, yeah, this is super helpful. I mean, we all know how precious these resources are. I mean, and then on top of that, more gems. And then I know that when we were watching the stream, we had Jan saying, well, wait, we're not getting all the gems. Where's tier 13? But hey, what do you know? The following slide after that, they announced tier 13 getting that 20,000 gems, another 20 ingots, and also another book. And if I'm not mistaken, is that separate from what we would normally already get? So, because we already get 2 ingots when clearing it.
That is correct.
Yeah, so I thought so. So basically, we're getting a lot of shit.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of stuff. Now, I want to touch upon Entropy 13. So, for those who don't know what Entropy 13 is, it's a, so the boss resisted melee, so that's one thing. And 2, kind of want to delve into, like, what is your main key focus when it comes to this tier, is that, unlike the last tier, it was the first wave that's the problem. In my opinion, it's the second wave. For those who don't know what the second wave is, it's Barrett's boss, and a lot of people know how Barrett's boss operates. It's a very annoying boss.
The jeweled turtles.
It's the gem turtles. And so the first wave is a new enemy that we haven't seen yet. I don't know, but it's the Aloha. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's an enemy from FF8. We have the Spark Guy from Maria's boss, the Jewel Turtles from Barrett's Lost Chapter, and then we also have Machinas and Beatrix's boss. What's up?
Oh boy. So this is essentially another boss rush.
Yeah, remember how I just mentioned RNA is awesome? Guess who I'm taking to this tier?
Oh yeah, I will likely park her here as well. My original thought, and if you know what Cross was saying does come to fruition, and Cater does come, this will be my solo with Cater. But if not, I'll absolutely bring Arnea, and I'm not even sure who else at this point. Probably Call of Booty and whoever else, but we'll see. Let's see, that being said, let's move on. So, as we know, World of Illusions, Ultimate Alexander, we were most definitely expecting this to happen. Much welcome replenishment to the stash. For this particular banner, so I'm torn because I really want both, but I'm scared after what happened to me last month. So let's see, I'll go ahead and defer to Cross for now, for the moment, because I know you mentioned you had something you wanted to say about this.
Yeah, two key things. Well, three key things. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the 2 characters that will get in their EX Plus and their reworks. Bottom line, both, in my opinion, are going to be the prize of this month, from me.
For sure.
For anyone else that needs good buffers or really good, like a good offense, I recommend both characters because Raijin really glows up from becoming one of the worst characters in the game, which is crazy enough to say that there's like bad characters in the game, but they're not absolutely bad. But Raijin's like one of the few exceptions. But Raijin skies up really, really fast. Like he has Clutch and Paralyze, Thunder, Enchant, Party Auras. He has basically like a lot of things, and he has HP regen. One thing that he didn't have. Saz, we know Saz is like an offensive buffer. He becomes so much better, giving us an ability that makes us do 999 every single hit. Like if you have a unit that has trouble capping, just bring Saz, and Saz will do the work for you to make them work. The only issue is that Saz's buffs are generic, so they can kind of get pushed off. But other than that, Saz is an amazing addition as an offensive buffer. The second thing I want to
too.
go ahead. The second thing I want to mention is the Chaos boss of Alexander. One thing, do not bring launch. Do not bring it. Don't bring Kais. Don't bring RCL. You can bring RCL, but don't bring Kais because Alexander can't get launched. What's Kais gonna do against a boss that can't get launched?
Not a damn thing.
This is a public service announcement to everyone watching. Do not bring Kais to Alexander Chaos. You will have a bad time.
Don't bring any launch unit in that fact. So all your DKCs, your Zidans, your Fujins, they will not work here.
I heard a challenge.
And now people bring them out of spite.
And the third thing I want to mention is that bring really good shaving. Trust me, you want to bring either shaving or gravity because Alexander has a really annoying and infamous phase in that fight that you need to be worried about.
I seem to recall we're seeing some videos where his brave just suddenly skyrocketed.
Yes, that's the gimmick. So in certain thresholds, Alexander will gain a lot of brave, and by that I mean like he'll try and one-shot you. In that phase, he's immune to delay, he's immune to debuffs. So if you try to HP silence him with Arciela or Kefka, he will go through that. So your only real way to completely go through that is to either have a good damage dealer or good gravity or paralyze. Not paralyze. Just good shaving in general. And the worst part about it too is that if there's a certain point where he'll do it 3 times. He will triple brave gain if he does not have enough. You're dealing with 999 3 times.
Rip.
That doesn't sound like a pain in the ass at all. All right, let's see. Moving on to the next slide, we have, I'm actually kind of excited for this because it's a banner I don't have to pull on because I already have both their weapons. But I know Charlotta and Rydia is absolutely going to be a 3-3 for me. I know that she's not considered a meta pick. She's a favorite for me, being from my favorite Final Fantasy game. And she finally gets the Miss Dragon in her animation. It was so upsetting that they didn't have that from the get-go. Like, that was dumb of them. They really should have thought to have that in there from the whole time. Like, I don't understand the thought process and how that even made it past QA. But what do you think, Cross?
For Charlotta, for both characters actually, there's one thing that I need to clarify, right? Is that when Charlotta first got her EX Plus, right? A lot of people thought that she was not as good as she was, right? The thing is that Charlotta was already crazy good. She provided so much that her EX Plus was more of a tiny upgrade to what she already can do. And Rydia got some very good potency changes, and she got some really good buffs that help her keep up with the current really big magic damage dealers and the Peril Enchant. I think both are really good. If you have the resources to do so, I would honestly go for both of them. But honestly, the price of this banner will definitely be a little bit Charlotta because she survives longer than Rydia, especially in Lufinia. But I say both is worth the ingots.
Differ?
Go ahead.
I was sorry, man. I was gonna say I have to beg to differ, and the only reason I say that is because I've noticed, me personally, I could be wrong. That's fine. This is my opinion. I'll go on and say that outright. I feel like those who can enchant and imperil start to get a heck of a lot more use the further along we're getting, and the closer we're getting to the burst era. And Rydia provides that in spades. So, say you can't get Garnet. Say you already got Rydia. Well, there you go.
That is another point you did prove. But one thing I will say is that soon is that the chaos, the way the damage mitigation of chaos, it's gonna be changed in a way of its brave reduction instead of just like defense stacking. They will start doing this thing where the boss will start just doing brave reduction instead of defense increasing. So I can see why you say Imperial Enchant is stronger, but Charlotta also has the manipulation, like the ability to not waste turns, give your party lots of lots of brave, and be able to dump that brave the next turn, and increase it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, of course, you can't deny that absolutely powerful EX of hers. I have to give you that one as well.
That should help against Alexander. She can just pop his brain to 0.
And Quistis is another one who absolutely needs reworked, and I don't know a ton about her upgraded kit. I do know that it's good. That being said, like, I mean, I don't know who this guy is. This silhouette is clearly, I mean, it can't be Trey, right? From Type 0? I mean, who is that? I don't know. Were you saying something, Kite?
No. I'm gonna say something about Quistis for a bit. I mean, we all know she's the only character whose EX weapon is not a brave, not an HP attack ability. Now with her rework and 3-3, she can now do an additional HP attack instead of having to wait for, how is it? You have to make her brave go to her max just to get her HP attack triggered. So that's one of the big upgrades on Quistis EX, is that she can now do actual HPAE damage.
Period.
Something else I would like to mention is that Quistis destroys, but another thing that's also a big huge boost is that her 2 out of 3 actually reaches the party's max brave overflow. And they also gain overflow. The brave that was dumped. Hold on, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that she also not only does that, but her EX is still really fast.
Yeah.
Like that, it could be like 2 skills EX, or like depending on I think on the boss fight, you could actually have like do 1 skill and then done.
Her
Quistis?
C65 is a recovery skill, isn't it?
It's a recovery skill. And Quistis is already infamous for how she is. She's a delay monster.
Yep.
Especially against single target bosses.
Do you guys think we're going to see her returning as the support character as before, or?
She will mostly stay as the support character.
What I mean is, like, people setting her. Like, do you think we're going to still see people setting Kite as their support, or Arnea, Leo, or will Quistis make a return?
It will always be a mix, because there's certain chaos fights where support units are better than others. Like, example, like Ultimate Alex, I just mentioned that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Watch
I will
is
not
not
have Kite up for that.
Yeah.
And don't forget about damage resistance too. Quistis is melee, Leo is melee, Arnea is ranged.
Yeah, I think when Alexander Chaos comes back, I will likely reset my my RNA so that way people can shave that fucker down.
Well, that's the problem, because I also didn't mention is that when Alexander does get to that phase of the triple or like the double or triple shave, is that he cleanses the debuff that's on him.
Oh, figures.
Yeah. That's why that fight is very infamous in JP. That's why a lot of people either sold it or they just delayed it.
You know, that comes to mind that maybe that's another reason why they decided to bring RNA back, because JP did not have RNA. Still doesn't.
He's due for next month, which is actually not surprising because that's the same time Beatrix was due last year for when we got her.
Yeah. Yeah. That being said, I look forward to seeing what her rework / LD is gonna look like in JP.
Oh god.
That's got to be completely fucking busted. But that being said, and then of course, we have to, we have to include Josh's adorable little black cat. Like, there was no way when he brought it out, I was like, yeah, I'm screenshotting that, I'm sharing it, I'm plugging it. Because I have a black cat myself named Nyx. She's currently sitting at my. She's currently warming up my feet for me. So yeah,
you have
we're now
no
at the.
idea how much I love cats, Asti.
Yeah, I do. So that's all the slides. Does anybody have any final thoughts they want to share before we call it a day on this? We're already at actually. Holy shit, we've been talking for 40 minutes now.
I know I've been
Yeah, we
kinda
have.
quiet, but there's been one thing I've been kind of wondering about, and that is with the Dimensions End 13. From what I understand, debuffs don't work on the enemies quite as normal.
I'd say like
You can
the
sap 'em or
generic
poison.
kind of debuffs.
Yeah, you can't do attack down, defense down, speed down, max brave down, or eye brave down. So you could still do like poisons and shit and saps.
However,
Or
So what you're
Frame
saying is we need to
debuffs.
bring in frame debuffs.
Basically.
okay,
Well. Actually,
okay,
I'm not
so
sure.
wait, do you want?
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, so just to give a little bit of a heads up reminder is that so let's take an example, right? Debuffs such as like Sarah's Light of Judgment, right? Light of the Goddess, right?
Yep.
It has the debuffs that they're immune to, but since one of the debuffs they're not immune to is poison, it will cut right through that. So you could have like poison, attack down, the poison and defense down.
Now, which characters coming out on the banners could have such debuffs that could get through such defenses this month?
Well,
Arnea.
yeah, that one.
Is Kefka one of them?
Kefka, you can. Kefka's
is-
interesting
No.
because Kefka's interesting in the fact that he has 5 debuffs in total, and since you can actually just slap Kefka and make him the main debuffer, like that could be his whole entire job. The only thing is that if you pair him with another character that has a debuff potencies that are higher than hit, like debuff percentage are higher than him, his will get pushed off.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong, Cross. Doesn't D13, I think, nullify, 3-4 of the debuffs that Kefka can cause?
Let's check that right now. Let's see, because I
Yeah,
think
but back me up on that. As I know that the immunity, I think Kefka causes like at least half of those, and they will be null and void.
attack down, defense down, speed down. I don't see max. I don't see. Okay, you're right. But the one reason you could bring Kefka here is because his frame
HP
debuff,
silence.
HP silence, and I think his frame debuff can go right through that.
Yes, all frame debuffs are fair game. Last I checked.
And funny enough, his frame debuff does all 3 of the status effects that the stage is immune to.
Oh, well, there you go then.
So Kefka's a good pull this month for Dimensions End 13, it seems.
Well, Dimension End 13, it's not really hard. It's just more so like it's like 8 where Imperial Chant is going to be your main win. And that's going to be your main win. So like characters such as Garnet, Rydia, Raijin. You can wait for Raijin.
Fujin?
Yeah,
Fujin's also good.
Fujin is another
Fujin's
one for
also
that.
any Imperial Chant is good. You can even bring Lulu here and she'll work, but the thing is that you're gonna have to need characters who can carry the DPS because Lulu's numbers are on the side.
Yep.
Khan will be good here. Freya will be good here. Cypher would be good here actually because I think all the bosses in that stage are weak to wind. Let me check.
We
Well,
should
perhaps
probably
if time
dial
permits.
back because
Yeah.
we're going to turn this into an entire DE13 discussion, which could literally be probably its own video.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be its own video. Yeah.
I was just about to recommend that. Perhaps if we all have time, we could just get together again and do a DE13 discussion.
Yeah.
Like the Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Why
So-
not?
We'll just have a round
All right,
table
so-
and talk about strategy and what suggestions, what we should look at bringing to the table when we want to tackle DE13.
All right. But TLDR, bring a pair on chat. Just bring any strong hitters and just play safe. Don't
Yeah.
try to rush it.
So yeah, as we know, we got a lot of shit happening this month. Hopefully get some good replenishment, and I personally hope that everybody has all the luck sacks in the world, me included, please, because last month really sucked. That being said, I have nothing else. You guys got any last words?
Good luck, everyone, this month, because we are literally. This is literally the last. I think EX Plus. Oh, this is actually the last month of every character not having EX.
Yeah.
This is next month is just the rest of the EX Pluses that we're missing,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're heading into Burst and LD era. In fact, the LD era starts when we get Squall and Garland. Good luck, everyone.
Yep.
My final thoughts is we got some good stuff coming, and let's let the hype go, friends. Let's all have a good time. Let's enjoy this event we've been blessed with on the summer, because I mean, they ain't got to do it, and yay Eldnarsh finally, and then shoot, can't really think of much else beyond that except I wish everyone the best of luck. May they luck sack.
Yeah, that being said, I've got nothing else. Once again, good luck to everybody. This is Astinosis signing off.
Farewell.
See ya.